Hi guys, welcome back to Jess Creates. Today I wanted to share with you the traveller's notebook that I made after seeing a tutorial on Heba's YouTube. I'll link to that in the description box below. She showed how she made a small size traveller's notebook using pattern paper, 6x8 pattern papers. So this, I can't show you, hold on. This is a standard traveller's notebook size notebook. This is one that I'm using for my recipes. So you can see that when you make one out of 6x8 paper, it's quite a lot smaller and squarer than standard traveller's notebook size. So it's actually 4x6 in size. I haven't yet used a full 4x6 photo in here, but that is something that I've been thinking about doing. So yeah, I saw Heba's tutorial and some of the pages that she'd made in hers. My book's a little bit bulky and so the chipboard's not sticking to it very well. So I just used a sheet of 6x8 pattern paper that was from a Citrus Twist kit, and I backed, no, was it double-sided anyway? Or no, I put another sheet on the inside as well. I haven't done anything with the first page. So it's kind of bulky, so I just used this. Where was this from? It was from one of my Wild Hare Kits. Is it? I think it was from One Canoe 2 binder clip, just to keep it together. And I like traveller's notebooks. I feel like I go through phases with them where I'm either obsessed with them or I don't want to do them all. And I only started this one a couple of weeks ago and I've already pretty much filled it to its capacity. I don't think I would want to put too much more in it, and some of the pieces in it are a bit bulky, so I don't think it'll fit much more. I've got 10 double-sided pages in here, so I think the next time I make one, and I'm going to make another one, now that I've filled this one, I'll make it just so that it's got 10 pages in. And I might do it for kind of a specific theme. These photos have just been kind of random ones, smaller ones that didn't necessarily need to go into Project Life and weren't really important enough to do a whole layout on. Most of these I've used my Wild Hare Kit for. This one was one that I used the Larkin Design The Heart Is Home kit for. And I just really like this size because the photos that I print, I tend to do 3 at a time. So onto a 4x6, that's 4x6 card, I tend to have one 3x4 photo and then 2, what would that be? 2x3. Two 2x3 photos. So I can kind of create 3 layouts then from one sheet of 6x4 photo paper. And of course, it doesn't use a great deal of kind of cards and embellishments. This was actually a 4x6 card that I'd printed from the kit. It's a digital kit. This is a sheet of vellum that I've just put onto the paper. The paper that I use to create the book itself is just printer paper. It's just thin white paper, and I knew that I was going to be adding card and things to it, so I didn't want it to already start off too bulky. And it seems to have held up quite well. My only worry, because I've hand stitched it together, is that the pages might rip with a bit of wear and tear, but I've done all these pages in it and it's been fine while I've been crafting in it, so we'll see. I would like a long arm stapler, and then I could staple it rather than sew it, because my sewing skills aren't great. Yeah, so that's the first page. There's 1 or 2 in here that I can't show you because they've got Ben's face on. This one was using my Wild Hare Kit for February and some other bits and pieces. This was just on my way to work one morning, this sunrise. I keep taking photos that look like this So I've already got one in my Project Life spread, so I didn't need any more really. But I quite like feeling like I can get a crafty hit by doing one of these pages, and it doesn't take up very much time. I've tended to do a couple all at once. So this is another one using my Wild Hare kit. I've used one of the branding strips and some little bits of cut out pieces, and some of the alphas that I got in my kit. That was just one of the days we went to botanical gardens and I got this cute picture of a squirrel. I was very impressed with it. So I have left spaces for journaling. I haven't done any of my journaling yet. I'll do that once I've shared it. That one I can't show you. This one was using my Wild Hare kit again, and I had this pink paisley floral paper which I felt was a little bit too bold to use as a whole layout, but in this tiny size I was fine using it like that. So I've got some of them as embellishments leading into this whole page of them, and then I've used some more of these vellum flowers that were from the Larkin Design kit, and I've added some sequins onto the details of the flowers. Spiegelmom scrap sequins that I got in my Wild Hare kit, and some stamps. That was just me eating chocolate spread on toast because I was at home on my own. That's another one of the photos that I took on when we went to the botanical gardens, and I've just kept this page really clean and just used the alpha stickers. Again, using the branding strips works really well on these. One of my sequins has fallen off because it's such a small detail, but in this little book it kind of takes up more space than it would do otherwise. This one is another one with my Wild Hare kit. I'll just cover Ben's face there. Using a couple of photos. This is the first time I've done a multi-photo layout in here, and I think that works really well as well. I haven't included any journaling or space for journaling on that one. This one I used my Wild Hare kit, but I also used some bits that I'd added to my kit from my stash, which were the chipboard pieces from, I think it was Heart Day. So I've taken some layers of the chipboard off so that it's not too thick, but this little glittery piece I couldn't do that with because it was quite thin and I couldn't get double-sided tape on it, and I didn't really want to use wet glue. So this was one of my last pages anyway, and I was thinking I probably wouldn't get much more in it, so it didn't matter too much if it got too bulky. But I've used one of these frames. I'm going to use this space for my journaling. I was talking to Sarah about how difficult it is to use frames and that I don't tend to use them, so I made an effort to find a use for one of them. And I was running out of alpha stickers, so I put the ones that I had into a word generator and found some words that I could still spell. Another one using my Wild Hare kit. I've kept this really simple and left this text paper fairly clear so that you can read some of the words on it, and just layered some. I'm running down to my scraps now with my kit. I need my next kit to come soon because there's not a lot more I can do with what I've got left. So I did that one, and then this is the last one. This is using my Wild Hare kit again. And just using up some of those scraps and bits of paper and some of this paper that I've still got quite a lot left of. So yeah, that's what I've been doing in my mini traveller's notebook. I'm definitely going to make another one that's this size because I've really enjoyed using it and I like the tiny nature of it. I think I can get a fabric traveller's notebook cover that would fit these in, but I mean that's only one of them and if I make some more it's going to have to be quite a thick cover to hold them all, but I might think about doing that. I had a look. The shop that I use for my fabric traveller's notebook covers is Lyra & Co in the UK, which I'll leave a link to in the description box below. I really like her fabric covers. The first Traveller's Notebook that I had was a Lyra & Co one. I'll just grab that. That is my Lyra & Co cover, and I loved it so much. And this is holding quite a lot of Traveller's Notebooks. I don't even know what they all are. Some of them are half finished. Some of them have got bits and pieces in. Some of them were handmade. Some of them were store-bought. Some of them are art journaly things. I'm kind of amazed when I look back at how much I've already done. Yeah, so I think there's one that I've been looking at for this size, so I might get one of those. I'll also leave a link in the description box to Wild Hare Kits, because I just think they're the best. I've absolutely loved my kit this month. Every month that I get one, I love my kit. And there's just so much to it. And I feel like with the kit itself, I like using it all up. So I've been able to create so many layouts from it because I'm not hoarding anything. Because I know that in a week or two, I'll be getting next month's kit, which I'm very excited about. So thanks for watching my video, and I'll see you again really soon.